The top news headlines. Chief Minister Ann Biren strongly condemns barbaric killing of Atwan Abonmai, says anyone involved in killing won't be spared. Combing operation launched to end AB killers of Atwan Abonmai. Three-member committee constituted to inquire into abduction killing of Atwan Abonmai, 16 police personnel suspended. Good evening, everyone. You're watching Mami TV English News. In focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHAIDEM. I'll present to you about the hot news for today. Chief Minister Ann Biren Singh has strongly condemned the barbaric killing of former President of Jairangong Baudi, Atwan Abonmai, on Wednesday afternoon when the Go to Hills 2.0 was going on at Tamenglong District Headquarters. He also condemned himself as the Home Minister of the state for the apparent security lapses that were witnessed in connections with the incident of abduction and killing of the popular Jairangong leader. He appealed to the people to forgive him for the incident and strongly condemned the killing of an influential leader who had actively worked for protections of the state's integrity by suspected cadres of NSC and IM. He said anyone, be it politicians, CSOs or any individual involved in the incident will be spared. So far, 16 police personnel including OC, ASI, SI and VDF have been suspended for gross derelictions of duty in connections with the incident and will interrogate them individually as well. A committee led by Inspector General of Police K. Radhashyam has been constituted and will take necessary steps by consulting the Home Ministry, state and district level police officers. Chief Minister Biren further stated that if a militant outfit who is currently under ceasefire with the government of India is responsible for the killing, the Union Ministry will be consulted as to handing over the case to the NIA. He said the State Cabinet will hold a special cabinet meeting to provide special compensation ex gratia to the family. Any eligible family member of Abonmai will be given a suitable post in the Manipur Police Department. He assured the government will seriously consider the memorandum submitted to him by the family of Abonmai. He expressed sorrow to the aggrieved family and the people of the state.
Mabu Sumaina Masakangdaba suspected to be one underground groups. Sina Mihatina Hatpiramba. Asi strongest termed Sarkar ki Maikai dagi, Aduga Equigi, Sarkar ki Maikai dagi, Amadai Isagi Maikai dagi, strongly condemned to we, the Sumba Yamna, Watly action, Masisi, state government, Adumbada involved Torumba, Mioi Amata, Ekoi, Dandi Pidum Toy, Narang Hova, I police senior officers in Torga, Home Ministry level, Aduga. District level के officers, state level के officers in Torga, na कोई नरंग भावदा करी तो बुया बगी action में हम plan तो बनी contact on nobody, Hana Nabahona, Senaba, anybody, politician Gimarto MBI, civil society Marto MBI, anywhere MBI Madu, Kodimaki Matakas of Sava, legal action Logoni, videos in Urbamatunda. I'm really shocked and I condemn myself also as a Home Minister in charge of my son is how I condemn to this. As we only policing moral see down where bra, the Singi area, the Mamang the Furgadi or Ecoimang the Purgadi, Madu police lady uniform set by Tony Midugi, intervent orgamica, Nunam Honaba, primary duty. And Adugi Demokai, I call it policing it about a condemned to a Samuxoi, condemned to the Aduga apology, Imam. Nizari Mam, Madugi to get them to Aduga, KSCG, Timex, Magi, involvement, Madukarigumba, in the government is better on Norimba, Karikari Sumba Kambu, the Marktagi, Gimata and Magade, KSC, NIA, the Hanover Torga, Sub Saba, a Kogi, SDO, Amalaki, the Bada Taukiba, action Dumok NIA, the Torga Home Ministry, Torga to Honaba, State Government, Firep Subsanale, Gomena Tarana Lugde. I don't know who's a combing. Operation Hogre, combing operation will continue. I deba Maraleva mission do Hadri Boba, a combing operation Shatagani, combined Timna, Aduga, Sumsoi Soidan Maraleva mission do Book Togani.
The Manipur government has formed a 3-member committee to inquire into the killing of Atuan Abonmai. In connections with the incident, 16 police personnel, including OC of Tamenglong Police Station and 1 BDF personnel, have been placed under suspension. The JAC against the killing of Atuan Abonmai is not going to claim the mortal remains of the Atuan Abonmai until the perpetrators are arrested. A security team including 2 IGPs of Manipur Police has been seen to Tamenglong district yesterday to inquire into the killing of the advisor to Jelangrong Baudi Atuan Abonmai, who was abducted from Apollo ground during a Go to Hills 2.0 program and shot dead. Director General of Police L.M. Kaute issued an order regarding constitution of an inquiry committee with IGP Intelligence K. Radhashyam as the chairman. DIG Ranks 2 K. Kabib and DIG Ranks 4 Kamai Angam Ramanas is also on the committee. The order further instructed to submit the report within a week. Superintendent of Tamenglong District Gopal Das and Commanding Officer of 5th Manipur Rifles N. Modunimai has ordered the suspension of 30 police personnel, including the officer in charge of Tamenglong Police Station and 1 BDF personnel for failing to perform duty. Meanwhile, the body of Atuan Abonmai was brought to RIMS morgue in Imphal last evening at around 9:30 from his birthplace, Machenglong. People of Machenglong, Lamlawa village and Imphal Tarung village stormed RIMS morgue to condemn the killing. Residents of Lamlawa village unanimously decided not to take the body till the involved people are arrested. They also shared their heartfelt discontentment over the deed. The JAC storm against the killing of Abonmai submitted a memorandum to Chief Minister Ann Biren. According to the memorandum signed by convener of the JAC, Majabung Gangmai, and Secretary Matthew Chunboy, they demanded to hand over the case of NIA, suspension of ASP of Tamenglong District, not to claim the body till culprits are arrested, and to provide compensations to his family.
Mekaida haige hairadi yamna su tawba yaba dum tawrangani fazai adubu mi amangda peningai haidi ni mya achumba puthotningai su siam state government side su aya abiaba agency ta lawraga ni myangi dama Manipur gi dama hairo amabu oiro adi citizen oimana humanity ground adugumba killing se amuktang thohandaningai tawminaga state government adum protection tawbiyo su mathau tai han CM ne ngarang tada thona boin mai pha khibse state ki security force simuk yam leibini aduna mabu hat se government of Manipur na hat bune mesi se maram di CM ki puram da ma lakune adu ma ki individual thabak lakuna te adu puram lagraga adu di ki pharaga pukhibini mesi se khoi pien de maram de state government na asum aran thidok biraga puthok tri phawa khoi asiba hasang se mesi di loroi freedom of speech
Nasi ay khoi theng la basu theng na Grace Colony gi women mayam lakhi bagi maram si oza athon abon mai gi mi hat asi yaning de haina protest tawzari ni kari maram gi athon abon mai bu tamthiba mi hat asi bibi bano mahaki mi hat asi mama oibi ay khoi na yaning de mioi bagi asoiba lairam rabasu kari tanaraga sanaraga solution purak payai tamthina haliba mioi singadu phagatuna maralgi matunginna chairak pibiyu leihauriba imung singsu sarkar na tawfam thupa thabak pikhat piyu haina appeal tawzari thank you
koi thiraga masa se adum phamai adu makhoi na tawriba maung se yenglu bada khoi khunja se nungai dre makok se koi thi thugai rabini hamar aduna nungthang na thugai bene keji manga oiramgane nongthang se aduga sai amaduna yopak na thugai bene ba
akhoi ki angang bu lo manakta halaga thamna me akhoi yengba ngadre pukhale kri ki sokpra aye o sokra kamai to gane na akhoi somena lakbane adu hose phom se da
akwai yam wa khare akwai yam pumning yam wa aduna masigi se kanana hapro kana krigi maramgi kri marangi ai isa siba hapra hapagdi adugi praman adugi hapni habda hayo adugi hapmi puto aduga akwai asmarandu TV तरफ यारो है मागी मसा से कोई असी सिंदा खराब नहीं अखोई मो लोर रोय
Justice is done.
Justice तो खत्म नहीं
Office of Rajya Sabha MP King Sanajau Balaisemba has released the mobile numbers of 3 individuals and a landline number to make appointments and for better communications with the people. In an order issued by the MP, the numbers includes the mobile number of media advisor of King Sanajau Balaisemba, an officer in special duty, Maisnam Sivadatta Luang, 94360-21484, personal assistant of the MP, Haubam Tuken, 8837214108, Mathangkui Jimik 8730981760 and landline number of the office 0385244209. As Nokpade celebrates its 27th Foundation Day on September 25th, artists of Nokpade will host varieties of shows through Mami TV network. Owing to the pandemic, the channel will broadcast talk show and live video call of the artists from 8 p.m. tomorrow. MLA of Sugnu Assembly constituency K. Ranjit has questioned the law and order of the state after social activist Atwan Abonmai was abducted in the broad daylight in the presence of security forces during Chief Minister visit to Tamenglong district. He said this during the reception program of new entrants of Congress party from Pangal Tabi, Umathel and Cheksa part of Kakching Assembly constituency. Former 160 BJP workers of the areas had joined Congress in the reception program held at Ibudhau Pakhangba Shrine at Pangal Babi Awang Lekai in Sugnu AC. MLA Ranjit said the incident in Tamenglong district is contradictory to the claims that the law and order of the state has improved significantly since BJP government came to power. The incident will create a hindrance to unification of every community in the state. As such, he urged the state government to lawfully punish those involved at the earliest. He appealed to Chief Minister An Biren to live up to his word of not to let any NSC&IM came in the state when he was in Congress. Talking about the frequent visit of union ministers in the state, he said no union minister visited the state when the people of the state were affected by the pandemic. Since election is approaching, they are visiting the state to fool the public, he said. Executive meeting of BJP Mahila Morcha 41 Chandel Mandal was held at 11 a.m. today at the Lamphau Pasna Community Hall. The meeting presided over by President of BJP Mahila Morcha 41 Chandel Mandal, W.S. Kuongshong, was graced by President of BJP Mahila Morcha Manipur Pradesh. L. Lotika Laima, BJP Mahila Chandel in charge, Neroka, President of BJP Lamkang 41 Chandel S.K. Angsel, President of BJP Mahila Lamkang S.K. Lovering, Chandel ADC member T.A.S. Kanlun Anal, Chief of Lamphau Pasna, B.H. Lumring Anal, State Office Bearers, Executive Members and Workers of BJP Mahila Morcha. The meeting was held in continuation of the phase-wise executive meeting conducted at district and mandal level. In her speech, L. Lotika stated that BJP is a party that works for the welfare of all and have launched various health and welfare schemes, especially for women, children, disabled and other weaker sections of the society. She also appealed to all to extend their full support to BJP candidates so that the party may attain absolute majority in the upcoming Manipur Legislative Assembly elections. During the meeting, the BJP Mahila Morcha Manipur also condemned the merciless killing of political commentator and Naga leader Atwan Abonmai and observed a 2-minute silence, paying respect and praying for the soul of the departed to rest in peace. Naga People's Front NPF Manipur State Unit has expressed condolence over the death of former member of NPF late Atwan Abonmai. In a press release, President and General Secretary Awangbu Naimai and Honrei Kui Kasung said Atwan Abonmai was a responsible General Secretary of NPF Manipur Unit from 2013 till 2014. Remembering late Awangbong Nyumai's services, NPF paid respect to the departed soul and shared the sorrows of the bereaved family. Manipur's first ever training and sensitizations of stakeholders on child sexual abuse project launched at the administrative block of Jennings Hospital. The project was organized by Jennings Psychiatry Department. Speaking on the occasion, Director of Jennings, Professor Deben Lystrom, said people's support is a must for the full-fledged functioning of the project. He asserted that with the unlimited number of cases of crimes against girls and women, the launch of the project is a timely step. Elaborating on the importance of the project, he encouraged the victims of sexual crimes to not be afraid to speak up and seek for help. Speaking on the occasion, Medical Superintendent K.H. Lokeswar said the numerous sexual crimes in the Hill region is due to the deeply flawed customary laws, and in order to prevent such unwanted events, a proper awareness program should be organized. He urged the media to spread the necessary publicity on the project. The event was attended by HOD of Psychiatry Department and Project Director Professor K. Santibala.
Smain tokdana akhoi mayam lejaragashu pokshogi case mayam lejaragashu masida hawdokliba aduga masida akhoi training and the sensitization is very important. Koi tummuga leramba koi leidi khanga karim tokdaba adu karim khara tawhanna wi damakta sumba project ama lokhalakliba masi akhoi stakeholders singda aduga masigi leiriba akhoi isinau sing CSO sing aruga ekhoi police department sing aruga justice department basi mayam se doctor sing oza sing.
Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more update. Welcome back again after the break. India registered 31,382 fresh COVID-19 cases with 318 deaths in the last 24 hours, according to the latest data released by the Union Health Ministry. With the fresh COVID-19 cases, the total caseload in the country touched 3.35 crore and the total imported death count increased to 4.46 lakhs. India's active caseload stood at 3 lakhs in the last 24 hours, with active case declined by 1,478, the Health Ministry said. According to the Health Ministry, India's recovery rate stood at 97.78%. A total of 32,542 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which pushed the total recoveries to 3.28 crore across the country. India has so far administered a total of 72.20 lakhs doses in the last 24 hours, which pushed the total tally of doses administered to 84.15 crore. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris in Washington, D.C. today. Both leaders exchanged views on recent global developments, including in Afghanistan, and reaffirmed their commitment towards a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. This was the first in-person meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Kamala Harris after the latter was sworn in as the U.S. Vice President last year. Prime Minister Modi and BP Kamala Harris discussed the COVID-19 situation in India and the US, including the ongoing efforts to contain the pandemic through expedited vaccination efforts and assuring supply of critical medicines, therapeutics and healthcare equipment. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi invited BP Kamala Harris and Second Gentleman Douglas Imhope to visit India soon. Prime Minister Modi also presented Kamala Harris with a copy of all notifications related to her grandfather, P.B. Gopalan, in a wooden handicraft frame. P.B. Gopalan was a respected government officer who served in various positions in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also gifted Kamala Harris a Gulabi Minakari cheese Che said. The craft of Gulabi Minakari is closely associated with Kasi, one of the oldest cities of the world, which is also the constituency of Prime Minister Modi. 3 gangsters were killed in a shootout inside a courtroom in Delhi that has left several people injured and raised serious questions about security in what should be a heavily protected and sanitized zone. Gunshots are heard in court and policemen and lawyers were seen in a scramble in the building at Rohini in North Delhi. Gunmen dressed as lawyers barged into a court hearing and shot gangster Jitendra Gozi, a notorious gangster involved in several criminal cases, twice. Special force personnel escorting the gangster then fired back, killing both the attackers on the spot. The incident marks a huge security lapse on court premises. A lawyer, Lalit Kumar, said the judge was in court, lawyers were presented and Jitendra Gozi was there. These 2 lawyers who turned out to be shooters dressed as lawyers walked in and started shooting. While the world waits in anticipation to see how the apparently reformed Taliban rule Afghanistan, one of the founders of the movement has said the executions and harsh punishment will return soon but will avoid the public show. In an interview with the Associated Press, Mullah Nouruddin Turabi, who had been one of the chief enforcers of the hardline interpretations of the Islamic law, said that the executions and amputations will be back soon as the law must be followed. Everyone criticized us for the punishment in the stadium, but we have never said anything about the laws and the punishment, Turabi said. He also added that cutting off of hands is very necessary for security and such punishment had a deterrent effect. Meanwhile, the world has been watching from the sidelines even as the Taliban had demanded representations in the United Nations seeking legitimizations of the regime. Now let's rewind up the headlines once again. Mr. Anbirin strongly condemns barbaric killing of Atwan Abonmei, says anyone involved in killing won't be spared. Combing operation launched to end AB killers of Atwan Abonmei. Three-member committee constituted to inquire into abductions, killing of Atwan Abonmei, 16 police personnel suspended. That's all of the news for today. Keep watching Mami TV News for more updates.